The last video on Ikigai has created a good level of interest, and today I will continue with part 2. By now, you would already be very familiar with the term Ikigai, which roughly translates to reason for being. Let me recap on Ikigai before we dive into the details. Let's look at this Venn diagram, which displays the overlapping of 4 main components: what you are good at, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and of course, what you love. When all 4 converge, this is where you will find your Ikigai, which is the balance of joy, financial rewards, and fulfillment from your career and life. True career fulfillment can be elusive, but not impossible to find. Of course, there are the Picassos and the Mozarts of the world who have found their Ikigai since a very young age, but they are few and far between. For most of us, we need to search for it. It is a process that requires a lot of introspection into one's own sense of self. One of my audience members, Kenny, he left a comment, and I will read his question. While pursuing my passion, I discovered that I don't actually love it. How should I proceed? After reading it, I felt that this question would have been on a lot of people's mind. So I will address this in today's video, and thank you, Kenny, for this insightful question. Hello everyone, I'm Anna Tan. I'm the founder of WeCEO. If you are new to this channel, this is where you will get tips and strategies on developing a meaningful career and maximizing your strengths. I release a video every week, so be sure to subscribe and don't miss a video, and hit the bell for notifications. Let's dive into the question, which is, while pursuing my passion, I discovered that I don't actually love it. How should I proceed? The concept of Ikigai is one which is living and evolving. It is not fixed and it changes over time. As we change, our Ikigai changes as well. What once felt right might not feel right 2 or 3 years down the road. You may discover inert talent, or you have acquired new skills giving you far greater career satisfaction and higher financial returns and lots more control over your time. And slowly, you develop passion for a field you have profound expertise in. Have you asked someone when you are in doubt and what you should do with your career, and they told you to be a lawyer or doctor or an engineer? Or they tell you to do something that you are interested in? Or they just tell you, just follow your passion. This follow your passion advice started in the 80s and later was canonized by the late Steve Jobs in his commencement speech in 2005, when he told Stanford students that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Right after that, people start to believe that once you find your passion, the money will follow. This is not a helpful advice by any stretch of the imagination. Let me share some research done by Cal Newport in his book So Good They Can't Ignore You, where he denounced the passion mindset. According to him, the passion mindset is a me-centered view of the world, thinking, what can the world offer me? What job can sustain my pre-existing passion? He went on to say that when you focus only on what your work offers you, it makes you super sensitive to what you don't like about it, leading to chronic unhappiness. This is especially true for entry-level positions, which by definition are not going to be filled with challenging projects and autonomy. He says that when you enter the working world with the passion mindset, the annoying tasks that you were assigned or the frustration of corporate bureaucracy can become too much to handle. When I read this, It became so clear why so many new hires quit after a year or two. They told me that if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you might as well quit. This reminded me of my colleague Vincent, an engineer by training who would bring us pastry he baked from home. He fancies himself as a business owner, operating a chic bakery in his neighborhood. Following the advice of his friend who think that going into business is the next best thing after sliced bread, he ditched his corporate job and he followed his passion. After 6 months of operations, he was busy fighting and losing sleep over a lack of customer. Bills started to pile up and he was dipping into his saving. As he counted the small daily sales at the end of each day, he wondered, didn't people say that follow your passion and then the money will follow you? After less than a year, his business folded and he went back to his boring corporate job, saying that he is not meant to be a businessman. But had he put his idea to the Ikigai test, he could have come up with a different narrative. What he loves, creating nice ambience for people to eat. What is he good at? Baking and creating delicious food. Is he good at running a business? Maybe not now, but he can always learn and pick up the skills. What the world needs. Is there really a demand for his food? Maybe not, because the location is peppered with restaurants and eateries. Another cafe isn't going to solve anybody's problem. Before you embark on a new venture or a career, try Ikigai. See if this framework can help you put things in perspective and weigh each component so it can adjust to reach a balance which works for you. I leave you with these concluding thoughts. When people look for something to be passionate about, they often look for what the world can offer them. Instead, we should be looking for what we can offer the world. Steve Jobs later in his life would say this: you've got to put something back into the flow of history that's going to help your community, help other people so that 20 or 30 or 40 years from now, people will say, this person doesn't just have a passion. He or she cared about making something that other people could benefit from. Let me know what you think about the passion mindset. Leave your comments if you find it useful or you have any questions for me. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.